Hello, my absolutely beautiful Scorpio friends, and welcome to your horoscope for July of 2023, where Scorpio, this month, Venus is finally stepping into this retrograde. This is a big deal, having you go back over your career, your title, your role that maybe you're even taking on in a community, whatever the name is that we call you in public, your obligations, responsibilities, and relationships and finance connected to that is getting a whole revaluing. It's a really big deal in your life, so I can't wait to hear in the comment section down below how the retrograde is actually helpful to you, because I do think as a whole, Scorpio, July has a lot to offer in terms of some of the ease that is actually available to you this month. So if you've been looking for a job, looking for work, or Scorpio, if you just have felt like, whoa, Scorpio's had a lot going on, and you have, let me be clear, this is a month that I think you might be able to take a deep breath and see the productivity that is available to you. All right, Scorpio, into the month we go. On the 3rd, we've got a full moon happening at 11 degrees of Capricorn, and this lights up your 3rd house space. So we're talking, communication, decision-making, contracts, studying something, teaching something, learning. Now, because this is in Capricorn, which is an earth energy, one of the things you want to acknowledge the full moon is doing is it's asking you to end something, acknowledge something, or make an adjustment. This particular moon is also opposing Mercury that's over in Cancer. It's trining Jupiter. There's a conversation with Saturn happening as well. So in the ways that you're being asked to relook at your responsibilities, your obligations, where maybe somebody has been dependent on you, or you're stepping in the role of supporting someone who is dependent on you, where your title is changing in the world. That job is finally coming in. You know, maybe you were married and now you're single. Whatever this is, this 3rd house area, like the way you think about it, the way you talk about it, the way you communicate it, the way that you put it out there. Are you writing a book and it's going to Capricorn you, allow you to demonstrate your mastery and your expertise? Whatever it is, there is a sense of, this is my duty, this is my legacy behind even the words that you're carrying this month. And the full moon is going to help you in very practical ways get new ideas, shed old ideas of how you can rethink. Now, at a very simple level too, I just think for some of you, there is this big situation around communication, like maybe something feels harder, or you're like the go-to communication person, and that is putting a lot of responsibility on you. Now, when we get to the 10th, we see Mars, one of your ruling planets, move into the energy of Virgo, lighting up your 11th house, which is great. It's social, and Virgo is about the details, right? So you are likely using your discernment of this Virgo area of your chart to put yourself in social situations, in organization situations that you have discerned are the best for you, right? Mars is going to help you get it done, or you have a passion for being where you're at, but you're around like the right people, right? You're not just hanging out with the people who are distractions, or you're not just hanging out with an organization that's a distraction. Instead, you're taking actions to be aligned and be discerning about who you are surrounding yourself with. And I absolutely love that. Now, at a very practical level too, if you just need to get things done, do you need to get your social media handled? Do you need to go down to the Social Security office and you need to get that handled? Mars is going to help you be precise in this Virgo energy and get it done. Now, where conflict needs to happen, where this area of your life gets inflamed, remember it's okay, because the inflammation that Mars brings, it also is pretty equipped and adept at helping you solve that solution or that challenge, okay? On the 11th, we see Mercury enter into the energy of Leo, where we see Venus already hanging out. Now, Mercury is going to be in Leo quickly. It's just going to be until the 28th, so moving through here very, very fast. But while it is here, this is where we've got conversation, decision-making, information. And remember, Mercury brings new information. So it's bringing new information into your career zone, into a role or a title that we call you. There is something changing about your name. Now, as Mercury comes here, take the lead. Take the lead. You step into the leadership. You step into the driver's seat here. Allow yourself to be leader. Allow yourself to be magnetic. Communicate factually, specifically, be persuasive, be loving. Brody wants you to be loving. Be expressive. You may be having to step up to the plate and speak up a lot. Or again, like we talked about at this full moon, are you taking on care or responsibility for someone else and you are literally their voice this month, Scorpio? What is that for you? Are you having to go out into the workforce and you want to apply for that new job, that promotion, that whatever, you're looking for a job? Be a leader. Think about it, not just I'm going out to apply for a job, but are you the employee and are you demonstrating, even if it's on paper, that you are the employee that you want to hire? Are you demonstrating that you are who they need? What is it in your title? And that includes the title of I become your husband, I become your wife, I become your partner. Are you prepared for the job you're going to take on? Be a leader in this energy, okay? On the 17th, we've got a new moon happening at 24 degrees of Cancer, and this is in the 9th house. Publishing, marketing, broadcasting, expansion, higher education, severe amounts of networking or travel can be happening here. Big ideas, thoughts, rearrangements, faith, ideas and philosophies that have guided your life. And now you're getting to plant your seeds of intention at this new moon to say, is this really in alignment with my emotions, with who I am? Is this grounding, right? And you take on this attitude of recognizing too that what you're doing in this area of your life has got to connect deeply to your sense of stability and safety. Are you putting content out there? Are you allowing yourself to be seen and to be supported, Scorpio, in ways where, first of all, you're acknowledging, yes, I have to have support. I have to be a little bit dependent in order to get out here and do what I'm doing, right? If you want to travel overseas, last I know, the teleporter is down. So, and even that, right? Even if you're going to go overseas, you have to be dependent enough on that pilot to fly the plane to get you there. And if it's not, if you're the pilot, you have to be dependent enough on the plane, the vehicle that will get you there. So really some of these ideas around dependence and that it's not so bad really are going to be called up. But plant your seeds of intention to recommit here to where dependence isn't a bad word. It's something that can be interconnected and you work together to expand. 9th house, beyond the horizons. Now, one other thing I was thinking is because we've also got this moon opposing Pluto, this can bring up two things. One, it can have a fearful component to it, like, oh my goodness, I've got to take on this big thing over here and it's really going to change my life by taking it on, and you're not sure that you can do it. I need a lot of support to be able to get that done. So that is one thing that can be happening, okay? But the other is that Pluto also shows us your rise to your empowerment. You are embodied. You are here. Act like the VIP that you are and step up to the challenge. You meet the fear with faith. You meet the hesitation with some level of, no, I am loved, I am held, I am supported. And if I'm not supported, I find the resources to support me in order to make this extension, take this adventure, go higher, go further than I ever have before. I really think of the word mentorship because with mentorship, we go further faster. And the 9th house is all about expanding you out into the world. So publish that book. Let's go. Let's do it. Okay. On the 22nd, we've got Venus turning retrograde in Leo, as well as welcoming the sun into that Leo energy as well. Leo is a fixed energy just like you, so it's got this groundedness to it. It's heavy. The changes that you're looking at, the things that you're motivated to change here have been here for a while. That's the nature of fixed energy. So with this Venus retrograde, hopefully, first of all, you've watched the video I've done with Nicholas Polomonakis from Sparkles of Gold Astrology. It is right here on the playlist on my channel. I'll also make sure it's at the end of this video where we cover in depth the Venus retrograde cycle, dates for you to look out for of significant impact into this retrograde. But what you need to know for now is that the retrograde cycle really began June 19th at 12 degrees of Leo. And now we're going to take this retrograde at 28 degrees of Leo. So all in all, you are looking at 12 to 28 degrees of Leo in your chart, stepping back into your chart into 2015 to see what happened there. What was going on with relationships in your life? What was going on with finances in your life? You know, the relationships and the way you valued yourself, the way that you valued the work that you were doing, the way you valued your title and your role in the world and who you thought you were or who you were. You were the best that you could be back then. But now you're having a reassessment of, is this the best that I can be? Now, this is interesting because Venus has an aesthetic point to it as well, right? Which when we think about the aesthetics, it's like brightening up, beautifying some things. So this would be a great season if you have a company to rebrand yourself, brighten up your colors, make sure that everything looks good, looks crisp, looks clean, looks like it's in alignment. That is a reassessment of value, right? Now, this is also if this is the public sector where we're seeing you be on display, do you have your look together, Scorpio, and isn't current? That's the thing. Is it current, right? Do you have pictures out on your website? Do you have pictures in your wallet of you and they are really like 15 years old, right? This is a great time to get your aesthetic together because it's about the value and the relationship with what you have that you believe is valuable today. Right? So there is an assessment here of also the aesthetic of what is going on around you. Now, I also really love this because it's an opportunity for you to evaluate if you love what you are doing. Are you expressing yourself as fully with what you're doing in the world? You know, are you working, relating, and spending money in areas that you are treated best? Are you going, Scorpio, where you are treated best? If the answer to that is no, or I don't know, I think that this retrograde time is a great time for you to bring a healing and bring an acknowledgement of that into your life. Now, you'll be plenty motivated to do that with the sun traveling here through Leo, which is quite expressive. So, you know, barring going to the very unevolved route, where it's just arrogance and self-centeredness, speak up, speak out, be motivated here, put yourself on display. Again, are you the employee that you would hire? Are you the CEO that you would, work with, be, right? And there's a great chance to reshape yourself and bring a really pungent value to the table here. On the 23rd, we see Chiron stepping into its retrograde in the energy of Aries. Now, Chiron is going to retrograde between 15 and 19 degrees of Aries, okay? So Chiron's retrograde here is really about, we call Chiron the wounded healer. And the wound here has been to your identity, and your identity has been in the 6th house, day-to-day routines, schedules, freelance work. If you own a business, your employees, things related to them, but health and mental health and wellness. It's also been just genuinely, how do you show up in your physical fitness and health practice on a daily routine? This has been a big deal. There have been some big changes to this, I think, for you, Scorpio. And in Aries, over this last 3 years, think back 3 years ago, you were really looking at this area of your life through a wound. The wound of the identity, an identity that you carried for a very long time. You were doing the best that you could, but today there has been a healing or a reworking or a re-understanding of the wound for you. And so now as you're making decisions in this area of your chart, it is not through the lens of a pure wound. There has been a healing on your life. So really, truly, one of the things I think of is, maybe you had a real challenge with your identity in day-to-day operation, or maybe even in a relationship in day-to-day operation. And now someone or something has come into your life and you're able to teach them, Chiron, show them how to get to the other side. You're taking on a leadership role and guiding and directing them, and it's bringing about your own healing, which is absolutely gorgeous. So just know that from July 23rd, all the way to December 26th, you've got a chance to re-look at the programming that you're working with currently that is about the new identity that you are living in, and it's very different than the one you were operating out of 3 years ago. As we close out this month, on the 28th, we see Mercury entering into the energy of Virgo. Now we've got Mercury and Mars, so the thinking and the action, both in the Virgo vibration, this 11th house, helping you get things done, make choices. But here's the thing with Mercury and Virgo. First of all, it's home courted managed. So Mercury is very, very comfortable here. But Mercury wants the facts, nothing but the facts, and all of the facts, and then all of the details that go with those facts as well. And we are going to see Mercury in a longer tour moving through Virgo because we are going to do a retrograde here. So in decisions that you're making, or remember, Mercury brings new information. So in new information you're getting around networks, social media, somebody move away and now you got to use WhatsApp to talk to them, whatever it is, there's going to be a strong opportunity for reworking, but allow yourself to make some decisions, but be factual, gather the information. Be open to a new perspective that maybe makes this area of your life better and to your benefit. Be open to networks or organizations or social groups that also help you see things from a different perspective and therefore take different actions in this area of your life that are in alignment with the universe's greatest good for you. I want to say this before I close. Scorpio, I know many in the Scorpio vibration, especially this last year and a half, really, have really struggled around the work zone. Okay, or things with work. Many of you have succeeded and it's going brilliantly, and I'm so love that for you. If you still find, though, that you are a Scorpio in the struggle vibration around employment, I want you to use this Virgo energy to really get into your resume, to really get in a factual way down to causes and conditions around your work situation. Do you have the skills that you need to be out in the workforce? Is there something about your presentation? And because this is the 11th house, it's a great time to join a mastery group or join a employment group or something like that. Even if it's not online, go down to your local town hall, Better Business Bureau, things like that. They're often offering free classes to look over your resume, get you connected with people, because sometimes still in this world, it's about who you know that will help you expand. All right, my beautiful Scorpio friends, I absolutely love you. I hope you have a gorgeous month. Let me know how it goes in the comment section down below, and I'll see you next month.